Hey guys, so my first Master Duel featuring Cyber Dragons did really well. I was pretty surprised by it, and thank you guys all for your support. So I thought I'd just do another quote-unquote new episode where I provide a deck update and just me climbing up the ranks. And as you can see in the top left there, I'm in the first stage of Platinum now, and you know, you can get to it pretty fast. Like, I don't think I've really played all that much. I played in short bursts. I haven't really had a chance to fully grind yet. And so hopefully by the next video I will be at the final stage, which is rank 1 in Platinum. So yeah, I'll just go over my updated deck list and I'll provide the full deck list in the description. And also I'll share you some replays. They're pretty fun replays, but if you don't have time to watch all of them, I would say just skip to the third replay against Bird-Up. That was a really interesting game. And so yeah, so before I get to another quick plug is that if you're interested in Cyber Dragons, I do have some Cyber Dragon merch on my Teespring that you can check out. Link in the description below. So let's get right to our deck list and just show you how I have updated it since the last video. So as you can see, we do have Ash now. I got rid of those two Gammas. I mean, if you watched my first video, you would know that I got it thinking that, you know, it's a super rare, it's a cheaper hand trap, but then I didn't realize it's at 2 because it's using the old OCG list. And now we do also have Lightning Storms now. I did get rid of the Regeki. It's great and all, don't get me wrong, but I decided keep it compact and also make it a little versatile where this can hit spell traps and monsters. And I was considering Feather Duster as well. I might still consider it, but I think right now this is fine. It kind of depends on my matchups in Platinum because I haven't really played too many games in Platinum yet. Although the replays I show you will mostly be in the Platinum range. We still have the Maxx, which is why I kind of have like a lot of 2s, right? I have 2 Imperms as well. These Chalice probably will turn into droplets. I've just been saving up my points for those. And so yeah, so basically we are now down to 40 cards, and I think it's pretty compact, and I think this is the only card that really needs an upgrade. But so far Chalice has been very good. I think maybe once I play more games in Platinum, probably Droplet will become more useful. As for the extra deck, nothing too much change, except I did decide to invest in Zeus, and you'll see in the replays, this comes up really clutch. And it's funny because in my traditional competitive build with like Dragoon, I don't go into Zeus that much, mainly because, you know, like you're kind of turboing Anaconda to bring out Dragoon and then you can't special summon anymore. But in this pure list, you know, sometimes there's just no reason to turbo into Anaconda because let's say you're not going to be able to kill them with Rampage anyways, and at that point I would just go into like Zeus or something. And so yeah, I think my replays will show you how versatile that is. And so I think that is a list. Again, the description with the deck list will be down below. And so now let's just move on to the replays. Alright, so this first replay is against Invoked Windwich, which I believe you don't really even see the Invoke part. I mean, we do have Maxx, and you'll kind of see what happens here. So he's going to start off with the Ice spell, and so this is where I do Maxx. I mean, he is about to special. If you didn't have Maxx and you had the Ash, then this would also be a good time to Ash because it does cut him off from being able to bring out Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, which is a monster negate, and so you wouldn't really have the opportunity to Ash after that. So we do get to draw now a couple cards, in fact, and looks like our opponent is just going to commit. And I think if it's like a full-on, you know, super heavy combo deck that can set up a really intimidating board, then just allowing your opponent to draw off Maxx might be worth it. But sort of like grindy mid-range decks like this, it might really not be because they don't really end on too much. So he's going to go into the Winter Bell, and I'm just going to keep drawing. So the Lightning Storm, now that's going to be very useful because he's going to have Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, and typically they do put it in attack mode. And we do see that coming, and he even puts it in the extra monster zone. For Cyber Dragons, that's an easy swallow with the Mega Fleet. So we have like 10 cards in hand. We draw another Ash. That's very useless right now. But we will start off with the Emergency and get the Herz. So let's just blow off that back row with the Lightning Storm. And now he does have Solemn Judgment, so he is going to negate it. So that other set must be really important. So we are going to just, well, of course, we can't really respond to that. So we will use Prosperity. I originally hesitated on this, but because he paid half his life points now with Solemn, I decided, you know what, I can still OTK through this, and we do get that Cyclone. And so for this list, it was a earlier iteration than the one I showed you in my deck list section. I was trying out 2 Lightning Storm and 2 Cosmic Cyclones with 41 cards in the main. You can try that as well, but it was a skill drain, which I do see now why he wanted to save that. So he's going to use Maxx now, trying to give me a taste of my own medicine, but I do have that Ash, so it actually does come useful. I take that back. And now he's going to Crystal Wing Synchro, try to negate that as Chain Link 4 and Chain Link 5, which makes it the longest chain that I've made it so far in this game. Chain Link 5, I will negate the Crystal Wing Synchro. That was trying to negate my Ash, which means then now my Ash resolves and negates his Maxx, so he's not going to be able to draw. And of course, Core gets to actually search now. So we have like 6 cards still in hand. I mean, thanks to the Maxi. I will fast forward here because you know what's going to happen. Traditional play, repair plant, add that Galaxy Soldier. And now we will pitch the Herz with the Galaxy Soldier. Bring that out, chain link 1 Soldier, chain link 2 Herz. And we will add back the Cyber Dragon with the Herz. And the Soldier will add another Soldier. Next, we'll just do that again and bring out the second Soldier, and we'll just go into the Nova. Oh, my apologies. I thought I had fast forwarded, but I guess not. And so we will bring the Cyber Dragon, and so now we'll go into Infinity. And the whole time, you know, I don't bother going to Mega Fleet with the Crystal Link Synchro just because, you know, just by habit, I like to play around Gamma, leave him the monster, and then I can suck it up at the end with the Infinity. And so, you know, not that they're playing Gamma, like I said, it's at 2 right now in this format. So, and now, despite the half damage because of Prosperity, we do have a lot of attacks, so we can still kill him this turn. So yeah, that's really the power of Maxi there. So let's move on to the next replay. Okay, so now the second replay is against Bird-Up. And we fortunately do have Maxi yet again, and this is going to be really useful against combo decks, especially because we're going second deck, you know, and it's a best of 1 format. So really, we need all the draws that we can. So he's going to summon the Cobalt, or Turquoise rather, sorry, and we will chain the Maxi because he's about to special, so we can get at least that guaranteed 1 draw, and we'll just see if our opponent decides to keep committing, and he is going to be able to special out now the actual Cobalt and add the Nerval. So it looks like our opponent will still continue to summon, and he's going to go into Ensemble Robin, and I could kind of see what he's doing now. Is just playing it safe. At least he has the bounce and another set. So just so I don't get to draw too much, and we draw Maxi again. So if the turn follows, you know, and he gets to go again, I still have the Maxi. He unfortunately does have the Imperm, but it's actually okay now that we have 2 machine dupes. Originally, it was kind of dead because we already had one of the Cyber Dragons that we hard drew, right? But now the 2 machine dupes will become useful because core is negated right now, so it's no longer treated as Cyber Dragon, which means I can only bring out the core. So now the second machine dupe, we can target that new core, which is still treated as Cyber Dragon, and I will just pause here. So basically, if you look at what the next step will be, this card can bounce when a monster is special summon, right? So if you go into Nova right now, he's just going to bounce, and that's what he's waiting for. So what I decided to do is I'm actually going to go into Seeger using the 2 cores, because now if he does not have any hand traps, that puts him in a checkmate position where if he doesn't bounce back to Seeger, he dies, because Seeger's going to pump Cyber Dragon. If he does bounce back Seeger, he still dies, because then I can do the Infinity Rampage play. So let's just see what he does. So I go into Seeger right here, and he actually thinks about this quite a lot. It doesn't show that in this replay, obviously, and he doesn't bounce, so he might have misread Seeger thinking he doesn't take any damage, but he just doesn't take damage from Seeger, which is why I attack with Seeger first, because it's not dealing damage anyways, and the monster was in defense mode as well. So we do see that one of the Cyber Dragons is at 4200 attack, so we will attack with the 2 Cyber Dragons and the third beefed up one for game. So this is definitely the weirdest OTK board I've ever assembled with the triple Cyber Dragon and Seeger, but just showing you that there are, you know, unconventional ways to OTK, and you just have to sort of work around with what you have. So let's move on to the next replay. Alright, so this third replay is also against Bird-Up, but unfortunately this time we do not have Maxi to save us, and you know, the whole time looking at my opening hand, I was telling myself there's just no way I'm winning this game. So he does special out the Turquoise and just brings out multiple other birds, and he is going to go into Recital Starling. So now, you know, Platinum, you're seeing a lot of these tier 1 strategies. This deck is also tier 1 in our current TCG format. At the time of recording this video, the ban list still has not dropped yet for January, but I do suspect it will come out very, very soon, considering that the, you know, remote YCS is happening right now, really. And so he's going to bring out the Vergit and use that effect to special out the Celestine, which will add him the Bird Call, a very, very powerful spell. And so now he's going to link and go into Simoroid. This is a card that some people think should be banned because it does bring out like the Wind Statue or Apex Avian a little too easily. He is going to bring use the Fire Formation Tenki to add that Fractal. And now use Fractal's effect, send to Grave, going to Foolish the Kit, and Kit in itself will also Foolish another Fractal. Now he's going to use the Bird Call and get the Burrow. Use Burrow's effect. Going to special out the Turquoise as well. And now he's going to just be able to exceed into Ensemble Robin. That's the bounce that you saw from the previous replay. And so it just gets attached another as a material. And now end phase Simorg brings out that wind barrier. So now I am locked in. So I cannot special summon other than wind monsters. Same for my opponent. But, you know, I only have light monsters, so I can't really special summon right now. And so we do try to bait out the Ash first with the emergency. We're going to go with Prosperity. We're trying to dig for that Imperm or Chalice. Unfortunately, our opponent does have the Ash, so that's really unfortunate. So now it's not looking too good. So the Prosperity is negated. I am just going to use the Lightning Storm, at least blow away the monsters. Otherwise, that Simorgh is just going to be able to special on my end phase as well. Of course, Ensemble Robin, it's going to trigger, and he's going to be able to add the Benel, the yellow one, back to hand. I do summon the core, and basically my only option now is to use, or rather get the overflow so I can pop the barrier statue as long as I can live this following turn. So for turn, my opponent just rips the bird call off the top of the deck. My goodness, I was like, wow. And so now he's going to use the barrel effect, and he's going to be able to bring back out the Ensemble Robin. Really good. He is also locked into Wind, remember, so that's why plays were probably a little different. And so now he's going to go into another Recital Starling. Use that effect. Pump the Ensemble Robin up. And now he's going to be able to add the Nerval. So gets a little follow-up play there. And he's just going to go into battle with the, I guess, even the Wind statue. So I did consider using Overflow at that point, but I decided, you know what, no, there's no reason to. I want to pop both the Wind statue and Ensemble Robin on my next turn because I'm not dying, right? So, you know, just managing your resources. Draw Nachster, not great. I can't special summon right now anyways, but, you know, it kind of helps, I guess. So we will pop the 2, and now at this point, I'm telling myself I totally can OTK this turn. I got this. I'm going to use Cyberload Fusion, bring back the core and the Nachster, and we will bring into Rampage. And, you know, the whole time I'm like, basically I'm setting it up so I can go into Seeger, Rampage, attack for game. The problem you'll see shortly, it's been like a roller coaster of emotions. Anyways, the Herz is going to trigger. I'm going to get original Cyber Dragon. And the reason for that is because so I can pitch it for Nachster and then bring it right back with the Nachster. I am not locked into machines. So basically I'll pause here. So basically the plan is to go into Seeger and then attack for game, right? Because I can only attack with Chimera Tech Rampage because I use Cyberload Fusion, which restricts you from attacking with that Fusion Summon monster. The problem is I banished Seeger with Prosperity because I'm used to my competitive build with Dragoon where I don't need Seeger as much because Dragoon just pops and burns and it just gets rid of high attack monsters on its own. So I did get rid of it, unfortunately, so that really screwed me up. So you'll see now that I just have to attack with Rampage, and because I cannot attack with Cyber Dragon or Nachster, I just can't finish this game and close it out. I was really angry there. So in main phase 2, I just have to go to more of a follow-up and contingency plan. I am just going to go into Nova. I'm going to use that effect, and I am still going to bring back the Herz. This way, I'll attach it with the Infinity, and then I can, when I go into Zeus and I use the Zeus wipe, I can kind of get a plus essentially and get recovery by triggering the Herz. So I will suck up the Herz, and we will go into that Zeus. And Zeus is very good against kind of like Tri-Brigade, like, because they are normal summon reliant in a sense. They have to, it's not a quick effect, they have to like actually summon it and then activate the effect. So now, before that opportunity arises, I will just blow that up. And Nerval triggers, but again, Herz, that's why I attached it with Infinity, so that I can add back the Nachster, so I can bring back the Infinity or the Rampage next turn. Not that I really need it because he's only at 1900 life points, but this is coming out, you know, pretty good. So he's going to try to special out the Chalice now. Of course, I will blow up with my one last Zeus swipe that I have remaining. And so we are pretty in a good position now. He has nothing else. We fortunately can just attack for game with Zeus. And so the whole time I just could not believe I pulled that off, especially starting with that Windberry statue and not having a good board for me. But, you know, sometimes, you know, just don't give up. It might work out. Alright guys, this video is probably getting a little bit too long, but I did just want to show you a snippet of a game where I did lose, but just the Zeus swipe was so satisfying that I thought I'd share. So we are in main phase 2, and basically we are going to go into Zeus here with that amazing animation. And so this, I think, will be the record for how many cards I send with Zeus. I calculated result. That's like 10 cards on the opponent's field, and one more for mine. Unfortunately, I do lose because, so here he's going to just start off. And I thought this was the best way to, or best part to wipe, because he's going to be able to bring back everything from the grave to deck. But he did have another one. So I did, unfortunately, yeah. So he does able to just pop off here, and I do lose this one, and so I do concede here, so you don't get to really fully see the Madolche combo. So I do apologize for those of you who want to play Madolche and want to know how they play. Hopefully you can find other actual combo videos out there for you to learn. So now let's just go back to our deck list. Alright guys, so we are back to our deck list, and I think for future steps I will probably get an Anima. It's also another ultra rare, which is unfortunate, but I'll probably take out the Mechaba because, you know, in the Dragoon build it's more useful. I mean, because in that one I only play one Rampage anyways, so, you know, when Nova gets like Nibiru or Maximus, you would bring Mechaba out usually, and then convert the Nibiru token into Lynx Spider, and then go into Anaconda and bring out Dragoon. But in the non-Dragoon or non-DP build, you don't need that really. I mean, I already have the 2 Rampage, so I can bring out one of them, for example, and so I'll replace that with Anima. As I said, this will probably turn into Forbidden Droplet, and so I'm still considering like mixing up the ratios. I'm not too sure at this point, but I think it's been pretty well so far. I think I just have to play more games in Platinum just to see what's best. But overall, I think it's turning out, you know, pretty competent, like, and a pretty competitive deck if you're going with the, like, again, the quote-unquote non-Dragoon or non-DP build. So, yeah, let me know what you guys have thoughts on in terms of my build, or maybe your own build in terms of what you want to share. You know, I think it's been going well so far, and hopefully by the next video I can reach that rank 1 in Platinum. So, yeah, thanks again for watching, and take care.